Yo, in this video, we're gonna talk about sales and marketing in the modern day. How do you not just get people to want to buy your product, but how do you get people to wanna vest their interest within your business? How do you get them feeling like they wanna be a part of what it is you are doing? That is the ultimate goal of good sales and marketing. And I've done that in the music business before the property business, and we gained millions of followers online and applied the same attributes to this business where with just a few thousand online followers, we've raised multiple 8 figures for our development projects. So there should be some good nuggets in this video for you. Stay tuned, subscribe. So sales and marketing. Now, a lot of people who are maybe more product-led or engineering-led or numbers-led, they think of sales and marketing, just think about people like me, loudmouths who get in front of people's faces and talk about their business, and they're like, oh, I don't want anything to do with any of that. I like my numbers, my Excel sheets, I like this and that, which is fine. Everyone has their skill sets. But fundamentally, sales and marketing is the lifeblood of any business. It doesn't matter how good you are at product, it doesn't matter how good you are at numbers or how good you are at engineering. If you cannot make people want the thing that you are producing, there is no way your business goes anywhere. So you have to get good at sales and marketing. It's fundamental. And if you can't do it, if you don't have the skill sets, then you either need to partner with someone who does. If you're exceptional at product, exceptional at the numbers, and you're really good at those things, and hiring someone else to come in and do those things just isn't something you could afford to do in the early days, then yeah, you need to partner with someone who knows sales and product, like sales and marketing. That is just crucial. So you can build the thing, they can advocate for it and sell it for you or market it online. But ultimately, if it's your business and you own it, you need to be the sales and marketing genius. So I just think that is an absolute must. And anyone can learn this stuff. It's not impossible. So learn the skill sets. How do you learn the skill sets? Read books, plenty of good books out there, 21 Immutable Laws of Marketing, and a whole list of other things, how to make friends and influence people. There's so many good books. So lots of good books, lots of great podcasts, lots of great YouTubers that are out there as well who bang on about sales and marketing. There's so much resource online that you can't get away from it. You can learn how to, at least in theory, do these processes. But really, to actually implement them, you need to start networking with people. Study and learn how other people are marketing their products and their businesses within your sector, ideally. And then, if you're not good at being on camera or you're scared of talking to people and things like that, well, that's a you problem. That's you in your head. No one else gives a shit. No one cares. That's how you have to think about it. Like, no one really cares at all. Everyone cares about themselves. That's our main, it's a survival instinct. It's innate within us. We care about ourselves. But the modern world has made us think more superficially and more externally rather than intrinsically, and people think that other people give a shit about how you come across. They just don't. People don't care. So try some public speaking. Give it a go. Like, attack the fear. Learn how to get good at promoting your products and services. Because if you want to build a business, then it's fundamental. You have to do it. So throw yourself into the fire and learn how to do it. The other thing you can do is practice in the mirror. And there's no one around. No one's watching. Do you getting uncomfortable practicing in the mirror? I used to do it all the time as a kid. Like, as a kid growing up, I don't know why I did it. It may be something mental in my brain or the ADD that runs through my veins, but I used to think that I think it's the main character syndrome, where you think you're the main character of everything. And as a kid, I'd literally be in the mirror and I'd be acting as if I'm in a movie. And like everything I did, I always imagined like there was like cameras following me and watching me. And I don't know what it was. As a kid, you have these ideas and your imagination runs wild, but maybe it helped me sort of shape the person I am, because I was always thinking about myself in a third person as well as who I am. And I had no problem embarrassing myself to myself and no problem embarrassing myself to other people, which is a great skill set for marketing. Because if you just don't care what other people think, then you're going to be more bold with trying new ideas. And anyone can build up that skill set, I believe. And the best way to do it is practice in the mirror and practice public speaking, but also learn the methods of actual sales and marketing as well. You don't just be like all guns blazing, shouting from the rooftops. You need to have a strategic approach. So there's definitely a way you can learn this stuff practically. It isn't impossible to learn. And one of the best things I think you can do, and I did this for many years as a byproduct of being a part of the music business and then being a part of this business, practice on camera and edit yourself. Practice on camera and edit yourself. Practice on camera and edit yourself. I've said it 3 times deliberately because it's such a life hack. It's a life hack. If you can film yourself, and it's super cost effective, you just need an iPhone, film yourself, and then get a Premiere Pro subscription. It's like $20 a month. Surely you can afford that. And learn how to use the editing software, YouTube. That's free. You can just learn how to do basic editing. Film yourself marketing your product. Film yourself talking and vlogging and doing whatever. Drop it in in the timeline on Premiere Pro and then edit yourself. It's like a psychological hack on how to refine the way you come across as a person. And in doing that in the editing suite on Premiere, you actually end up conditioning your brain in the real world as well. You get rid of the attributes that you don't like about yourself and you continuously refine the things you do, and you just become a better person for it. There's just no more powerful practice that you can do other than filming yourself and editing yourself when it comes to sales and marketing, when it comes to having a persona and a presence online or a presence through a camera. I just did it almost by accident over the years. I did loads of editing and videography and the production behind our music videos and behind our vlogs, and then in this business behind the vlogs we did here and the concept videos and all the early day stuff we did. Now we have a team that does all of that, but I'm well equipped to be on camera because I know what it's like being behind the camera, and I know what comes across better because I've iterated and edited myself so many times over that you just become better at what you're doing. You become a better public speaker. You become better at delivering a message, better at making people want to be a part of what it is you're doing. There just isn't a more powerful activity you can do if you want to become a good spokesperson for your business, you want to become a big online presence to be able to sell your products or services, then film yourself on camera and edit yourself. It could be a few hours a week on a weekend or something. Just get good at doing it. You don't even have to use the content. Just do it. Just drop it all in there as raw footage. Edit out the bits you don't like, the ums and ahs and stutters, and when you fuck up on a word and you go back and then you say the word again, and you can edit that down and you get a more crisp, refined version of yourself and how you're coming across. Like, it's so powerful. It's so useful. So definitely give that a go, and hopefully that's helpful 101 on sales and marketing. But fundamentally, you need a good product. You know, if you're gonna sell something, the product just has to be good, because it's pointless if you're trying to sell shit and get shit out the door. Yes, there's all kinds of sales tactics you can use to force people into buying positions and with offers and things like that, but you don't want any of that shit. You want something to really sell itself because your marketing's so good and the product's so good that the two, when they align, it's like a fire, like a baby fire. Everyone just goes, yeah, I fucking want that. So for example, the property business we've built, it's an end-to-end development solution. We built a product and a service which is end-to-end. So we take on all the risk and all the operational difficulties and the overhead to deliver that system so that our product is an end-to-end solution, hands off for an investor. So for investors out there who don't have the time, don't have the knowledge and expertise, don't have the patience or the stress tolerance to want to get into the nitty-gritty of construction and development projects, dealing with councils and red tape and all the bollocks that comes in between, they'd rather pay us a fee and we'll build their portfolio for them. So the product is a perfect solution for our end user. So you need to have a good product, and then the marketing, there's the rest of the heavy lifting. You then document the process, which we'll come on to later. So it's fundamental. You need a good product. The product has to be great. Then there's the messaging and the branding behind that product. Like I've said before, for ours, it is an end-to-end solution for investors. We build portfolios for people so that they don't have to think about the actual buildability. We do that, and we have to deliver on a yield target for them, which is better than anything they're getting in the bank. You know, even me just saying this in this video right now, there could be prospective investors watching going, oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't mind that. I'm going to inquire. If you want to inquire, by the way, you can check out in the link below in this description, or hit us up at info@bowpartners.co.uk and you can have a chat with our investment director. But that is what we do. I'm constantly prospecting, constantly getting the message out there for what our business is, even in this video, training you on how to do the same. So messaging and brand, you have to get that consistent. Your brand has to look good, feel good, be transparent, but also the messaging behind it, making sure that your audience that's watching, you're not missing a beat. You're not letting someone watch your content but not understand what it is you do. So make sure you got the messaging and the branding right, but fundamentally you need a good product. We've put together a free online workshop, which you can access by clicking the link on screen or in the video description. This workshop is an A to Z guide on becoming a property developer, no matter your starting point. Doesn't matter if you got money or don't have money. I started my business with nothing, so anyone can scale this from the ground up. So click the link on the video and I'll see you there. And document and publish everything. Everything. Obviously, you can't do everything, but if your mantra is, I'm gonna film and record everything and try and get it out there, then you will at least capture a hell of a lot more than your competitors. In the modern day, there just is no better way than documenting what you do and publicizing it online. And being transparent. Even if you fuck up, just be transparent. People appreciate transparency and people wanna follow that kind of story. There might be other people in your sector, in your space, who wanna learn from people like you and the mistakes you've made. So it's well worth publicizing everything you do. Obviously, you've got to be slightly careful if there's private things that you don't want to publicize online, so don't publicize everything. Don't take me too literally. But you need to be, you know, if you're doing property and you're going out site visits and you're going to view properties and you're doing construction and you're managing the projects and you're looking at the back end appraisals, document that process. There's no problem with doing that. Document that process, edit it yourself if you need to, or get your friend or brother to come in and pay him a few £100 here and there to do that for you, publicize it online on YouTube and Instagram. It doesn't need to be this polished work of art. It just needs to show transparently transparently what it is you're doing. Just trust me, it's just so powerful. It's so worth doing. The reason you want to do that yourself is because then you're building a personal brand. You're flipping the perspective in the audience's mind. Rather than buying into a business, which people generally don't like doing, they're then buying into a person that's advocating for the business, which is a much more powerful approach because people want to have connection with people. They don't want to have connection with an entity, a corporate entity or a business. Like I've said before, you need to anthropomorphize the business, and you can do that through yourself speaking for the business. So personal brand is so important. And then authenticity. There's no point in putting on a facade and faking who you are, because you might be able to do it for some time or for a while. And I see a lot of these training gurus out there doing this, and they fake that they're this big developer and they've done all this, and they've got all this experience, but yet they film everything they do on the sales side and you never see them film their actual projects. So are they really this developer, or is it just much easier to say it so that they can sell the courses? And that ultimately is what these people are doing, and eventually they get caught out. They don't have longevity because they're just not being authentic. Like, you have to be authentic. Show what you're doing. Be honest and transparent within the best of your ability. There is always things in business where you're gonna be slightly careful of your honesty, because you may have clients' interests to protect, you may have your own interests to protect. There might be other kind of things in the business world that you don't want to give away your secrets and other bits and bobs. There is proprietary information and IP that you may build as a business, and you don't just want to hand that out for free. You might give your local competitor an advantage over you, and that disrupts how much stock you can buy. So of course there's things that you want to be slightly careful of. And I'm not saying give away everything, but I'm saying show the process. And where you can give away stuff and help people do it, it will be so valuable for you. Personally, I don't think there's any really such a thing as industry secrets, because anything you've figured out, other people have most definitely also figured out. So you're actually better hive minding those ideas and publicizing them, and then finding new ideas and more new ideas. And you're better off being that spokesperson, that person of authority. The net advantage of being that person and a beacon for ideas is better than keeping all your ideas bottled up and then not being as interesting for it. So better to publicize. But anyway, that's what I would say. And then there's a value proposition. So what is your value? Like, what is it you're offering? And the more you document the process and show what you're doing, the more you understand what work goes into it as the customer. So because we show everything that happens and the problems and the trials and tribulations that we have to go through to do these developments, our clients know that we're putting in the work to earn our fee. Like, we're having to manage and put out fires all over the place to keep this business running, because property development is not fucking easy. It's difficult. There's a litany of issues you have to deal with. You basically start with a business plan and you just know that it's going to get challenged at every corner because it is a difficult sector. But because it's property and our product is good, it's A to B, it's backed by fixed and scarce assets, it makes it a good product. But we can show that process, we can educate on that process, because that is our value proposition. Our value proposition is within our good product, our transparency, and that we are an authentic brand that you can work with. And when you're in the property development space, I mean, everyone knows contractors who are dodgy, and construction in general is very difficult and you don't know who to trust. And the same with property developers. There's property developers who have destroyed people's lives by taking investor funds and disappearing overseas, or fucking up a project and leaving everyone in the lurch. So the more transparent you are, and in this case, the more transparent we are, and the more we show that process and our integrity to our clients, that is our value proposition. Our value proposition is that we do all the work for you, we take on those risks, and that is great value for our clients who have money, want to make more money, but don't have the expertise, so we can do that for them. So you need to have a clear value proposition with whatever it is you're doing. And then distribution. Now, this is something that people don't do anywhere near enough of. Now, you can film yourself and document yourself and post it online every now and then, and that's a great start. That is good to do. But if you want to scale distribution, you cannot underestimate how much you need to do to get to all corners of your sector. So distribution, you must leave no stone unturned. You need to try everything from traditional marketing methods like flyers and things like that, which we still do. We do flyers, we do email campaigns, we do cold outreach, we do other things. We're doing as much as humanly possible to get the noise out there in the ether. So, and aim for niche fame. So aim for niche fame. You don't have to be super famous, but if you can be famous within your niche, within your sector, and people know who you are, then when prospective investors, clients or customers are in that sector looking for opportunities and businesses to work with, well, they're going to come across you because you've made yourself a famous person in that domain. So aim for niche fame. And then if you really want to get super famous, then once you've got that niche fame, you can figure out how to expand it either. But niche fame, super important. And that might be the difference of a couple thousand or a couple hundred subscribers or something on YouTube. It might be quite a niche sector. Property investment sector is fairly niche. It probably maxes out around the 20, 30,000 subscribers in the UK. And then you can bolster on more if you can get more mass market demand because it's more interesting what you're filming or how you're vlogging it and things like that. But niche fame can be achieved with just a few thousand subscribers. Just having a die-hard pool of people who trust you, know you, and then the referrals off the back of that, the repeat business, that network effect starts to propagate, and it makes your sales and marketing a hell of a lot easier. And in doing so, by filming everything you do, by leaving no stone unturned for distribution, to give you an idea on what we do for distribution and the heavy lifting that our marketing does, we're posting 2 long-form videos a week on our channel. So we've got the vlog that goes out every week that shows the inner workings of the business and the different people within the business. And then we've got these kind of concept videos going out every Wednesday to go a bit deeper, more narrow on specific topics to try and help train people and give ourselves more of an opportunity to be an authority figure in the space. So there's 2 videos going out every week, long-form content. Then there's also the podcast that I do every week. Go subscribe, Ground Up Podcast. We release an episode every Thursday. That's myself, Jack Jiggins, Dorian Payne, and Stuart Wyeth. We get together, we talk all things property. And between us, we've got hundreds of millions of pounds of property developments in the pipeline. So there's very good nuggets of information on that podcast. I mean, look, I'm cross-promoting now. I'm doing it now. I'm marketing you. I'm selling you on more things that we do because we're getting noise out there in the ether. And of those 3 big videos that come out each week, we're then cutting all of those down with a team of editors into short-form content. And we're getting out 45 short pieces of content per day on all of our social media platforms, of which we're across every single one. That means we're tapping into multiple algorithms within our sector, and we're using keywords like property and HMO and investment and UK and all this kind of stuff, because that's getting us into all these algorithmic trends to get us in front of people on the short content, where they're getting some of them tens of thousands of views per short content, and then a couple thousand on the longer form content, and then hundreds of views here and there, and another 100 views there, another 100 views there. We're hitting different algorithms. If you're in this space, you then cannot avoid us. So we are everywhere, as well as then flyering locally and doing all the stuff locally. And on top of that, we're also running ads. And it's a pretty sophisticated ad funnel, which I think I've shown in other videos, but I'll do more of a thing on in the future, where we're then specifically targeting pools of people, running them through a sales and nurturing system, onto them booking a call with our sales guys, and then obviously getting more sales off the back of that as well. So we're doing everything, no stone unturned, and the marketing does most of the heavy lifting. When it comes to doing the sales, it's much more of a consultative sell, because anyone who's coming to us has already seen our value proposition. They've seen what we do. They've watched these types of videos, the vlogs, and they're aware of what it is we're offering. And because of that, when they're coming on the call, it's much more of a consultative sell, because the marketing is doing the heavy lifting of showing the client who we are, building that trust and rapport. So by the time they're on the phone with us, it's much more about problem solving for them, which is super important, i.e. what issues do they have right now? What's their bottlenecks? Let's get straight to the point. Hey, you want to get here, you want to go to there. How do we solve that problem for you? And then fundamentally, it's objection handling. How do we deal with those objections? Well, what are the risks? Or, I don't have quite enough money, so how would I be able to get that money to there? And we help solve those problems, and we help with the objection handling. Sometimes it's just not right for people. They're just not ready yet. So you say, look, just chill out and come back in the future when you're ready and when you've got the X, Y, and Z together, and then you can consult with us again, because we don't need the sales. We don't need them. We've got people coming to us. Obviously, we need the sales, but we don't need to push for them, because we have a healthy amount of lead flow coming in all the time, because the marketing is doing so much heavy lifting. That means we only have to do a consultative sell, which protects our brand. We're not there using boiler room sales tactics like, yeah, you got to buy now, get your credit card out, come on, you got to do it now, you're going to miss a space, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you can be a part of our A-list group of investors and all this sort of shit. It's just, you either want to buy the product as a service or you don't. You want to get return on your money with an element of risk reduced for you with a team like us that deliver that product, or you don't, or you want to do it yourself. In which case, we also sell courses to try and capture those people who may want to do it themselves and may just want to consult and get more knowledge so they can do it, which is a whole different scenario on trying to widen your value proposition so you can capture more of a market. Problem solving, objection handling with a consultative sell, because the marketing is doing the heavy lifting. It's telling our story for us, which helps nurture and bring in potential clients. And if you can build a really good system like that, then the best thing you can target is repeat business and referrals. You want repeat business. Repeat business is the best kind of business, because you build rapport with your clients or with your customers. They get to know who you are. They get to know your process. They've been through it before, and it makes the next one and the next one that much easier. And also it falls to your bottom line, because you don't have to spend as much on sales and marketing or as much time on sales and marketing, which means you're extending the lifetime value of your clients. So that's really, really important. So referrals as well are the same thing. If your clients, you've had a good relationship and a good rapport with you, then refer other clients, which has happened to us many times, then those referrals generally are very warm and they want to get involved because their best friend or their colleague has also invested capital with us or has also used our service or whatever kind of business it is you're doing. So repeat business, referrals, extending the lifetime value of your clients is massively, massively important. But anyway, that is a 101 on sales and marketing and why it's so important. Leave no stone unturned. Tell your story. Be authentic. Get good at speaking on camera. Get good at delivering your value proposition, and your business will massively grow. You need to be the marketeer of your business. You absolutely need to be. If you're not, then your business is just not going to grow at the rate you want it to. But anyway, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what other kind of videos you want me to do, and I will see you in the next one.